Hello, Denise here at Junk Journal Junkie UK. Sorry about that, I had a little itch on my nose. Just coming to do some clusters with you, Tatty Treasures style, hopefully. So I've watched 5 now of Tania's at Tatty Treasures on YouTube. Her videos on how she creates easy clusters, lots of them, kind of a mass make, I guess. And I'm going to have a go at doing it. So I have prepared everything, or some similar things to what she had. So she had bases. Now I've got, to start with, I've got 5 of these, which are from a kit, leftovers from a kit, which she used in some of her videos. And those are from collage type Nanine. I've also got, in my little box, look how I've got everything prepared, inked, ready, and paper clipped together. I am getting organised, aren't I? So I've got a few of those. These are from Shabby Dabby Doodah that I'll never use because they're too big. They came with a lot of sheets of other ones which I use all the time, but I wondered if I could use those for bases. I thought obviously not going to get all of these done on camera, but so there are a couple of tags from a kit that I just cut the tab top off, and then lots of pieces of double-sided thick scrapbooking paper. Oh, that's some paper card that I dyed. So all I've done is rounded the corners on them just to make them, and inked them, make them look a little bit more fancy. So I thought I might make clusters out of those. The same with some tiny little pieces. A tiny label, a tiny piece of a bigger cluster strip that I might stick on somewhere. So I've just got lots of bits ready, so I'm not quite as not the same as Tania, as in she made them out of all the same pieces each video. So she made lots of different ones, but like some were botanicals and they had the same piece on. Mine are just going to be all very eclectic. So these are all bits from kits, bits of ephemera, bits of pictures. And again, I've just rounded the corners and inked them ready. So I thought they might be bases or toppers, whichever. Okay, so you'll recognise these. These are massive. I don't know if I'll use these if they're too big, but I certainly wouldn't use those in my journals. So they're from the same kit from Shabby Dabby Doodah as the other ones I just shared with you. I might as well show you everything I've got, hadn't I? So then I've got some little square pictures out of a rose gardening book. Loads of them, little tiny ones. I thought they might make nice toppers. All of the same sort of theme. Be nice to get those used up because I've had those in my ephemera box a long time now, and bits of them keep falling out. I've also got, which I've got out on my table ready because I'm going to start with these. So these are from Digitals, little tiny square various bits and pieces, which will be toppers. So I've only lightly inked around them, but they are all inked round. What did I do with the, I'm trying to be more organised and just get one set out at a time, and then just a few Tracy labels and things that were left. Okay, so I don't want them all out at once. I didn't show you those two. So these are just little bits of ephemera that were kicking around. A couple of butterflies, a bird, a couple of circles, a couple of clocks. So odd shaped pieces just to go on. Whoops, I'm losing them already. I definitely want to use those up. I don't want to have to put those back in my box. And the same there. Okay, so we'll start with these 5. And I've torn up a doily. I've torn up a Shakespeare page, lovely browned paper, foxed paper, and I've inked about the top 6 or 7 of those. I didn't go any further. And then some sewing pattern, which is sort of a brownish colour, and I haven't inked. That would be more ink on me than on the paper if I did. And then I've brought along, I don't know if we'll get to this or not, if you remember, any good old little yes, what is it? Ephemera file, that's it. Okay, and you can see I'm stopping stuff falling out the top by clipping it up. Okay, so I'm going to start with these little square ones. And I'm going to use my glue stick, which is what Tania did. And at the end she sewed them on some lace in a long strip and then cut them. And that's what I'm going to do. I won't be doing that on camera, but I have got a long piece of lace that wants using up. So my clusters are kind of, I guess, use it up, tidy it up clusters. So we'll start with a base. Get my stick open. And the first one we kind of need to work out what we're going to put on next and then where, etc. And then we'll do the rest all the same, in theory. So I'm going to start with a piece of pattern, I think. Perhaps I shouldn't be gluing it, perhaps I should just be seeing what it looks like first. Because obviously these are big bases, these are going to be quite big clusters. But I want this bit to show still. Don't like that little pointy bit on there. Let's have that off. Is the back more wordy? No. Let's have a more wordy piece. Yep. And I'm wondering if a bit of doily in between that and that. That's just completely hiding the... I think I might just go for the 3 pieces and then put... Everything's the same way up there, isn't it? Should we go sideways with that? Let's just give it a try, we haven't lost anything. And then go with, rather than these small ones that I brought along, those, probably weren't on camera, let's go with something bigger ephemera wise on these. Let's use up those, shall we? Because there's some big pieces in there. Get these out the way. So we'll go for a fairly... Yes, I'm liking that. Yeah, I like it. Okay, we'll have a look at them all at the end. So, like I say, these are quite biggish pieces. Oh, that's nice. That's got the lilac on the other side. Lavender. Don't know what made me say lilac. And I did like a piece of that on it. So we'll have a piece of that again across the bottom maybe this time. Might be a bit too long, that. That's it. What did I have next on here? Some of this. Over to this side. Oh, I can feel myself relaxing already. It's a... Oh, sorry. It's a lovely, peaceful thing to do. Now we need to choose a big piece of ephemera. Shall we have a clock on this one? A really big one. Down there, yeah. I'm going to glue the clock rather than that tissue paper. Yeah, so we'll make some smaller ones, but we're starting with some quite big ones. They're going to be a lovely decoration on a pocket or an envelope or even a page as a tuck. Yeah. How many more of these have I got? 2, 3. So this one's, I think they're all probably slightly different. Should we go with a bit of doily on this one? Yeah. So I'll be stitching the lace on them, so I don't need an awful lot of glue. Yeah. Obviously, if you're not stitching, you can put a lot more glue once you know where you want everything. I've got a bird cage. I'm not sure about the colour. Typewriter. Be nice to get that used up. Let's use the typewriter. Where we're going across there. Yeah, so at the minute the lacking at the top there, but I think once it's got the lace behind it and a stitch through it, it might not. Oh, I'm really liking those. How nice. So 2. Let's do another doily one. Oh, big lacy piece there. And a piece of book. Let's see if we've got a tall, thin kind of embellishment. No. I've got a bird with no legs. He could maybe go behind that. No feet, I should say. Well, he probably ain't got any legs either. Oh, he's stuck. Yeah, lovely. And let's have a big butterfly on this one then. Go for a bit more pattern. Tracing paper, pattern paper. Tall piece of this. So I'm really not umming and ahhing where it's going. I'm literally just putting them all to one side. It's interesting actually when Tania was saying that she does everything to the right. I've got a real mix. I've done some to the left, some to the right. I think it very much depended for me where the lavender was on the page. Maybe that's what's made the difference. Right, butterfly. Give a brown one. He's very much the same colour, isn't he? I'm not sure about the size of him next to the lavender. Let's go with a little one. Oops. It might need something else on there as well. I've got a glue blob there and I haven't got a tissue with me. Let me just get it on a piece of scrap paper. Don't want that on my sewing machine needle. Oh, well, this was just hanging there. Perhaps we should add that as well. Why not? Yeah. So they're all very different and yet built similar. Yeah, I did wonder if they'd all look very samey. But putting the different embellishments on the top. Okay, so that was 5 in no time at all. So I'd like to use up these really big. Let's have a go with these because I'll never use them for anything else. So if I don't like them when I've done them, let's do one of each sort of style. I haven't lost anything, have I? Try tracing paper on 2. They're big, we might have a bit of doily as well. Actually, pattern paper, sorry, not tracing paper. It's nice that we can see that through it. Let's do it on this darker one as well. Yeah, it's nice that. Nice to be seen through. Let's just put these to one side and do 2 at a time, shall we? So we want some paper on there. Yeah. And what about the bird cage on that one? Yeah, I'm thinking it might get trimmed down on the left, that one. Maybe before I sew it on the lace, so I might cut a bit of that off. Let's do it now and have a look, because we've got nothing to lose. It's just a little bit too wide, I think. Let's ink it up. It maybe needed a bigger piece of everything, really. Bigger piece of paper, text. What do we think? It's still lacking a bit of something, isn't it? Oh, I know. I brought some washi that needs using up along. Let's put a piece of washi on it. Down this side, just to balance everything on that side a bit. In fact, let's go corner ways a bit. Maybe just tear that down a bit there, because it's elongating it, isn't it? Even more. Yeah, it's not bad. I might even cut across the top as well. I definitely think it was a bit big to start with. Cut across there. That's better. Better for me anyway. Well, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Let's try a round one and see if we can do better. Let's have a nice big piece of book page on it. Across the bottom, I think. Oops. go for some doily as well down this side, and then quite a biggish. I've got something here that will go in the middle. Oh, and that's another price, isn't it? Ticket. So I'm kind of doing a mash-up between what Tania's been doing and what I normally do, and I'm creating a cluster. I'm just going to put that in there. It's a one-off, so it needs using up. And then I just want a little flower or something. I did have a little flower, didn't I? See how all my bits have gone to, all my piles have disappeared. Will I ever be an organised crafter? Get back in your piles. There we go. Probably not. If I try to change myself too much, I won't create the things that I like, will I? But a little bit of tidiness won't hurt me. Right, I am sure I had to have found it now. Look, you see? Tiny little yellow flower that wanted using up. Yep. Okay, so it's not uniform, but I like it better. I like it better than the square one, actually. So I'm not going to do the other two of those because I wasn't really feeling it. I might get used to something else, we'll see. And what was the next set of faces? Oh, these. Just pull a few out of these. So those two tickets, they were tags. Let's have a red spotty one, a green stripy one, and a black and grey and white. Oh, one paper clip on the floor. So I'll put those to one side and do these three because they're all like double-sided scrapbooking paper, quite thick, so these will take a similar. So what shall we go with? Sorry if I knocked the camera then. A piece of that. Excuse me. A piece of this on this one. And a piece of doily on this one. I've gone back to front, haven't I? Didn't I do book page last time first? Or not, I can't remember. Yes, I like you, green leaf that stuck to me. We're going to use you in a moment. Okay, so a piece of this, that way on there. And that way up on there. And a lighter one on there. Back in your piles, please. Okay, so I do like a leaf. I quite like that butterfly. What we're going to have on here? Doily. There's a tiny butterfly there, look. Not feeling the doily. Clock? No. About that. Yeah. Okay, so sorry about the music outside in somebody's car. They're obviously quite deaf. Let's hope they're not staying long. Oh dear. Shall I sing to you so you can't hear it? You wouldn't appreciate it, I promise you. Awful as that is, mine would be worse. Okay, so do we want to put anything else on top of them? There might be a little bit bare, do you think? You know me, I don't like bare. Oh, so it's the English football song, I'm afraid they're singing. And I don't think they're going until it's finished. No, am I trying to put too much on them? I think they're going to have a stitch and some, yes, and some lace behind, so I'll leave it at those three. So what have we been, 20 minutes? Do two more, and Maybe we'll do 3. I'd like to use one of these up. That's from a kit as well. I think that might be from Lavender Valley by Shabby Dabby Doodah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Right, I'm just going to turn this off a minute until they go away with their music. Oh, now they're leaving, thank goodness. I think they were dropping somebody off, so sorry about that. I'm pleased I turned the camera off because it got even worse. Right, I was just doing these last 3, wasn't I? And then we'll have a look at what we've produced. And then I'll probably go on and do a few more, but once you've seen 3 more, I think you'll have seen enough. So, oh, and I'm nearly out of pattern paper, so looks like we're using a lot of doily on this one. So I use pattern paper on this. I've quite liked using the pattern paper, actually, and I haven't used it much, and I've got loads of it, so that might be a thing for the future to use up. Now I found somewhere I can use it that I like. Back in your piles again. Oh dear. Book page. Take a bit of that off the edge, I think, and ink. I do love that lovely foxed edge, but it's so plain. It's not got any text or anything on it, so it's a shame that I've got to lose it, but I have. What do we want on there? Let's go for one of these square, although we've got floral behind. Oh, what's that? Yes, it's a solid silver, oh no, it's a sterling silver hallmarked engraved jug. So now you know. So yeah, the lace will probably go that way on that one, and the stitching. Okay, let's have a look at these 2 then. So these are different sizes and shapes again. Let's cut a bit of that down. If I put one on that side and one on this side, then I've done one each way, haven't I? Oh, stuck to me. The glue's getting stuck. Probably because I'm hanging on to it for dear life. Maybe I should have been sticking on a book or a page or something. I think it's just that the cover's hot, that it's sticking. I don't think it's gluey. Book page, so it doesn't need a lot, does it? We'll do the same again and tear just the text down. Oh, left-handed again. I do impress myself sometimes. Good job, eh? Because I don't think I impress anybody else. Oh, I don't mean that. Just joking. Okay, guys, so take me a long time into the video to say it, but I hope you're all having fun doing something interesting, or just enjoying watching me do something interesting. Interesting to me. What do we want on them? Oh, you're alive. Oh gosh, I hope they're not back again. Alright, hurry up and get it finished and then we can turn them off. I'm quite liking the circles on the shape of these, although that's got a clock on it already. What's this? Oh, small, but perhaps not the circles. Yeah, I quite like the paleness of that one because the background of the tag is quite yeah, that's better. It's quite bright and full on, so it doesn't want anything else bright and full on clashing with it, in my opinion. Although sometimes I do like bright and full on and clashing, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't want it in this. Yeah, lovely. Okay, so let me just squeeze some of these back into piles because I am not putting them back in. I'm going to sit here and use them till they're gone. And then when I show you these sewn on the lace, you'll see the others as well. So let's see how far you can see. Whoops. So those three. I mean, there's absolutely no reason why I can't embellish these more, and I probably will. A lot of them when I use them, depending on where I use them and what, you know, so I can embellish them with whatever theme of the piece they're going on, or the journal they're going in. Can you still see down here? I think so. Just about. Yeah, I love these ones we did first, these really big ones with the backgrounds from Nanine at Collage Type. And if I remember rightly, I think it's the Lilacs add-on kit. I might be wrong, but it's definitely a Lilacs kit. There was a lot of them in it, lots of different patterns and lots of different shapes and sizes. So if you're looking for a kit to make these with, that would be a good one. Squeeze that one in there. Okay, so that'll look like a mishmash of colours to you, but yeah, really pleased with them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in what were we, about 25 minutes, I guess, because I had to stop the camera. So if you haven't entered my giveaway for my 100 subbies, please go over and do that. I'd love to see who some of the subbies are, because about half of them are incognito, which is fine if you want to be incognito, but I don't know who you are unless you comment, those 40 odd of you. Oh. Okay, so sorry about all the traffic noise today. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.